Hey everyone, I am live. It is so unlike me to go live this many times. I think it's been 3 times this week. I guess it's just not a video type of week. But I had talked to you guys the other day when I was doing my storage video with the Tonic bins, and I talked to you guys about maybe possibly doing a full craft room tour. Now, I did one of these, I think, back in 2018 or early 2019, kind of right before we did this whole thing in the back of my craft room and really redid the whole thing. Hey, everyone. Thanks so much for joining. So, I thought it would be fun video to do live because then I can ask you guys or kind of talk to you throughout the whole thing and get your thoughts and get your questions so I can answer them all live so that you get that full craft room tour and every question answered. Now, before I get started, I want to make sure you guys know this is my job. Crafting is my job, so I do spend quite a bit of money and investments into this craft room. I also invested in a lot in video equipment, mainly because that's one of my hobbies as well. And editing videos and having really nice camera equipment is one of my favorite things because then I can make the videos better quality for all of you guys. So you don't need this if you're just crafting. I always like to make sure that I say that because I started in my basement. There's still paint stains in the unfinished part of my basement because of it. On like a folding table, I had 2 stamp sets, right? So just know that you don't need to have any of this to have fun while crafting. I just like to share this kind of stuff because I love seeing people's rooms and how they organize stuff. It's really awesome. And also, hopefully you guys get some storage ideas from this or different ways to organize things. So be sure to share this video as well if you enjoy them. Those Mickey ears are from Jeff Lindbergh, an awesome gift. I love them. So let's get started. So I'm going to flip the camera and we can get right into it. It's real life, guys. I just cleaned my craft room, but a lot of it is real life, and I'm going to be showing you behind the scenes of how we film my stuff and also all the supplies and stuff. So let's get started. So I'm going to flip the camera. Let's see. Okay, so this is what I look at every day. And again, I apologize for any shakiness. This is what I look at every single day. This is where I work. I have a chair so I can sit down. It's a kitchen island. But the reason why I wanted a kitchen island is so that it's standing height, so that I didn't have to sit if I craft. I do enjoy standing, and also I wanted to make sure that I had some really great storage underneath here as well. I know you can get units like this from IKEA. I believe I bought mine at Menards. They're all pretty similar, kind of difficult to put together, to be honest, but it really was worth it in the end. They are super nice for storage. And really great quality drawers as well. So we'll get into that in just a second. I want to kind of share more about what's on my desk here. So for my film setup, we're going to take a look at the light. This is the light that I use. So it has 4 daytime bulbs in it. Right. So if you guys have any questions, be sure to leave them as we're going. And then it has vellum underneath there so that it softens the light a little bit. Sometimes I also bring in that light right there. That's a ring light. Sometimes I bring that in for some extra light on my face if I need it. And then also we have a camera up here. I'll actually link to my cameras below after the video if you guys want to see it, but it's a Canon Vixia. The reason why I love video cameras is because you can plug them in and make sure that they stay charging the whole time and not really have to switch anything out, which is awesome. And then for the front camera, I've recently started using a Canon 80D, but I sometimes switch that out with a video camera as well. I have another Canon Vixia. So I go back and forth between those. The reason why I love this is it gives a little bit better pictures, and also it does a really awesome job at blurring out the background and stuff. So the cool part about this is this top camera is connected to this TV down here. So we can turn this on, and when I'm crafting down here, I get to see exactly what I'm doing. So this is how I keep everything in frame. If I'm doing any live streams on my computer, it's all connected to my Mac here, and everything is connected to it, so then I can see all our comments and stuff. So this is how I do it, right? So there's just 2 big screens right here, and this allows me to see everything and communicate. The Mac also has a nice speaker in it, so that's how I listen to music and watch movies while I craft as well. So it's similar to just having a TV here, but this gives me a great view. Then I have a microphone system that's hooked up to both cameras, and that mic is up there. I'm still learning how to do that. And still kind of getting that perfect. I haven't been using that mic as much because I haven't figured the best setup for it yet. Thank you, right? It really lights up the whole room. You'd be surprised, those 4 daytime bulbs do such an awesome job at lighting up this whole room. Mac over PC, well, if you look right over there, I probably shouldn't show you too much of my desk because I don't know if anything product-wise is on there, but over there I actually do have a Windows computer. I just switched to all Macs though because a lot of my other equipment is Apple and I like sending files over through AirDrop. It's a lot easier. And also I just find that Apple products kind of last a little bit longer, but either way, I use Sony Vegas and Windows to edit all my stuff. But I'm probably going to switch over pretty soon. Awesome. Right? It's so much fun to see this kind of full desk setup. And then of course I have my 2 heat tools. I leave those unplugged unless if I'm filming. And then here is that Tonic Studios bin. I showed this in one of my last live streams. Now the cool part that I love about this is that you can buy dividers for it so you can divide up your bins, which is super awesome. So there's a link down below to basically everything that I show in my craft room. And then I have all my Simon Hurley Create products in it. So washi tape, dudes die cuts. And the reason why I have so many dividers is because I wanted to make sure to separate all my stuff out and have all of my products in one place. But of course, you don't have to buy this many dividers. Someone was commenting, you know, it gets really expensive. It definitely does. I knew that I was only going to have one bin with this many dividers, so that's why I did it like that. Yep, this is just a keyboard, and this is a kind of trackpad. I find that that's easiest when I edit, but there's also a little mouse over there. Awesome, so let's get into some of the drawers. Let's go over here. This top drawer has some really awesome organization stuff in it. So, in here, I have the Boon Organizer, and I got this idea from Jennifer McGuire. She had this organizer, and I loved it, which is so awesome. The switch thing on the desk with all the buttons, it's probably, oh, that's the microphone. That's for all the microphones. Yep. So, here is all of my tools that I use on an everyday basis. So my thermo web adhesive, anything that I would need right away. So archival ink, I've got all the pens and blades and tools in here, some scissors from Tonic, and then some adhesives, spray bottle, and then I also have all of my cardstock pre-cut. So I also have some Stark White cardstock linked down below. This is my cardstock from my line. I absolutely love it. So I have that stuff pre-cut as well as watercolor cardstock. So I have that stuff ready to go and some acrylic blocks. So this top drawer just has all my most used tools, and I usually keep it open when I'm crafting so I can reach everything right while I'm going through it. This is a really fun drawer. I love the Stampin' Storage units, and I have linked all the ones that I have in my room down below. This one actually happens to be for distress inks. It's a distress ink blending tool, and marker holder, but I use it for my ink pads, and then I put the blending tool that coordinates along with it next to it. And also there's room for a mini ink blending tool here too. Those are all underneath here, but usually I have one for each color. And then I have clear and white embossing powder, and there's still room for more growth, but these are the 12 and then the new 6 inks that have just been released, which I'll let you guys know when all that is available. So I usually keep both of those drawers open because I reach those so often, and it's a myth that you have to store your ink pads upside down. That's a myth. It doesn't matter. Ink is a suspended medium, so the only way that the ink is going to come out of a felt pad is if you press on it when you apply pressure. So that whole thing is not true. I store mine on my side here, but check the manufacturer's website. Most of Ranger's ink pads can be stored on the side, except for, I think, the Distress Oxides. But most of the Ranger inks can be stored on their sides. That bottom drawer is a mess, so we're not even going to go in it, right? Then this drawer is super awesome as well. This is another drawer with Stampin' Storage units. It has 3 marker units, and in here, where do you purchase my stamps and items? I'll have links down below. There's a link down below to shop Simon Hurley Create, and I'll have more links as well, but there's links to a lot of my storage units as well. So the really awesome part about this is it's 3 marker units in this one drawer, and they're tilted towards me. So it's really easy to just grab the markers that I want to use and put them back. These are all Stampin' Storage units, these wood ones, and they're super high quality, really well made, and definitely worth the money. My dad always comes in here. He says that they're super nice quality. The way that they do things at Stampin' Storage is really awesome. And so I've been a big fan of all the stuff that they've been making. Awesome. Now this is my garbage can, right? I probably shouldn't be talking about a garbage can, but I love this one from Rubbermaid just because I can close it, so I can kind of contain the mess. Usually it's open when I'm crafting, but just having something you can close that's really big as well. This takes a huge garbage bag, and it's a big garbage can, so it takes a lot, which is awesome. So you can fill that thing up. Now this next area, just on the windowsill, I have paper towel, and I also have this little vacuum. I also keep a rag in here, but this is just if I do like glue or things like that I need to clean up. And then here's my vacuum cleaner. Now this one is super awesome. You actually can open it. I'm not going to show it here on camera, but it is really nice and powerful. What I like about that is it's easy to clean up all the scraps on the floors and things like that as well. Because there's so many little pieces or little glitters or embossing powders that get dropped or things like that. And I use that for this. Everybody also takes this out to their car when they want to vacuum their car. So it's just a great all-around vacuum. I have it linked down below as well. On Amazon, I think is where we purchased it, but it is just really nice, high quality. It's held up over the couple of years that I've had it, but it's just really great at cleaning up messes of little things and stuff that I can't really get with my hands. So it keeps the floors super nice and clean. Now this is the back of my craft room. Let me guys. The vacuum, I believe, is Black & Decker. So I'm going to turn on a light. One thing is missing here. So just wait 1 second. Bum-ba-dun. Okay, so we actually have put LEDs underneath here, and they can change color. I think right now I have them set to blue, so you're going to get a weird lighting. But if you look under there, there are those LEDs. So me and my dad made these 2 shelves with pipes and wood, and it just has a really awesome industrial look to it. And then I wanted an area to store a lot of my crafting stuff. I've gotten some comments about like what the heck I keep back here. So these are all just mostly decorations. This one is an awesome paint pouring gift that Linda Weiss gave me. She actually has a store in Neenah, Wisconsin. So if you live around here, be sure to check that store out. I go and teach there every once in a while. But look at that awesome painting. It's so cool. And then, of course, some Gina K rainbow envelopes, some awesome pins on that board from the Gray Muse. So just lots of different stuff that is inspiring to me. And then there's that Mickey Mouse hat from Jeff. And then here are a lot of awesome notes from some of my favorite retailers that I've taped up there. Nope, my dad is not a crafter. So here is a paper storage. I love this from Stampin' Storage. Again, it's just really awesome for holding my 8.5 by 11. This is all my colored Gina K cardstock. And this is some Stark White cardstock from my line, as well as Ranger's watercolor cardstock and Gina K black cardstock. So having that on hand is really awesome, really nice. Hey Jess, she's on my design team. She does an awesome job. And then if we look back here, that wire system is from IKEA. It's supposed to hold a curtain, I think, but I've used it to display some cards from my favorite companies and things like that, and things that people send me as well. And then here, in one of my classes, somebody gave me this awesome book that just says dude, and every page says dude, which is so awesome. So if you know me, you know my dudes 2 line, and that is super cool. So here's the station, the mini station, and the mini glass media mat. I have these back here so that I can pull them onto my desk if I do anything messy or do anything with stencils. Yep, Stampin' Storage. It's linked down below to all the units that I used. And then here's all of the new stuff that I'm going to be putting in videos soon. Right there is the new Misty. Ooh, I'm so excited about that one. I think it comes out mid-year, which is so exciting. And then here are some larger Stampin' Storage units. So before I had my own line of ink, I was ink obsessed. I actually just cleaned out a ton of them. This used to be all full. But these, if you have lots of inks, are really great. This is the slim ink pad storage, so it fits my ink pads or lots of different companies' inks, which is super awesome. So great investment here, especially if you have a lot of inks. There's also smaller ones as well. No, this is the... Okay, this Misty's not available yet, so I don't know if I'm going to get yelled at, but it was announced at Creativation, so I think I'm allowed to show it. It has this awesome handle on it. It's a revamped Misty. It has some awesome metal hinges now, so it's gonna stay really great. That's all I'm gonna say for now, but I'll do a review and of course use it in all my videos because it's an awesome new tool that I'm super excited about. So it's not available yet, but once it is available, I'll of course make a video on it and share it with all of you guys. I have been so excited about that one. And I got to take one home from Creativation, which was super cool. Here is the Tonic Tim Holtz Guillotine Trimmer. This one is absolute my favorite, so I keep it on the back counter, always ready to cut my paper, which is super nice. This has been my favorite trimmer. I looked for an awesome trimmer for the longest time. This one by far works the absolute best. Oh, there is a lot of people in here tonight. Hey, everyone. Washi tape I have all in a container here. I love this bin. I think I got it from New York, but it's this cool woven bin. No, it's not blacklight. It can actually be changed. Let me see. It's kind of distracting right now. So if we change it, we can change it to a different color. There we go. Much better. So now it's like this yellowier color, which is way nicer. I love this little sign, you and your dreams can change this world. And then, of course, lots of stickles and liquid pearls. Love that. Yeah, the mini one for art journaling is super nice. Okay, so now let's go down here. Again, me and my dad created this awesome unit. It has these IKEA Alex drawer units, 2 of the kind of taller ones and then 2 of the wider ones. And that makes it so you can have a little cubbies in the top there. And also we have this thing that we've built in at the bottom, so it raises it up to the same counter height. So this is a nice counter height as well. Yep, they showed the Misty at Creativation. They showed the Make Art Station at Creativation. Videos coming on all those things very soon when they release. I think the Misty's coming out halfway through the year. So this is where I kept some of my cardstock until I got that paper holder. So I'm going to put new stuff here. Here's a fun little Polaroid of me that me and my friends took. So I just keep stuff like that around here as well. Keep stuff in your room that makes you happy, right? So I got lots of pictures around here. Misties and stamping platforms, rulers and stuff like that. And then I have other trimmers that I don't use as often. These are kind of trimmers with a wire guide and then foam tape. And this is just a really nice cubby. I have that mini guillotine trimmer usually in there as well. My stickles are on a display rack. I don't know if that's available to the public or just retailers. I'm thinking just retailers, so I'm not sure about that one. Right, the Misty's at a great price because it is expensive, it is an investment, however, I use it so much every day. Okay, so here we have glitter. Now the cool part about these drawers is I love that, okay, so it has this little lip in it, and what I love about that is from this angle you can't really see what I've labeled, but from this angle I put a label on every inside lip of the drawer, so when you're standing above here, you can see exactly what's in each drawer. So this one has glitter and flakes. So those gilding flakes and lots of glitters. And I've reorganized most all of these drawers. So this one's a bunch of embossing powders. And then, of course, the coffee filters. Yeah, you want me to go through each drawer? I will, don't worry. And then I think these are just, yeah, drawers that I haven't really quite organized yet. Yay, yeah, the labeling of the Alex drawer units are so awesome. It's so helpful. So this is a DIY ink pad that I made with some of my inks and some cut and dry foam. I just kept that in here. This is a palette with some re-inkers in it. And then, of course, lots of re-inkers and liquid watercolors, distress re-inkers, my re-inkers. Yeah, basically everything you can have, right? Thank you. Yeah, the drawers have been super helpful. I am such a drawers person rather than a bins person. I don't stay organized with bins, but with drawers, I really do. These are colored pencils. Again, Linda gave me these chameleon colored pencils. They are so awesome. I love it. She always gives a little gift when I go and teach, which is super sweet. Not necessary, but so appreciated. So here are all the colored pencils. I just keep them in rainbow order. And I love these drawers, these Alex drawers, because yeah, they can fit so much product, but they're shallow drawers. So what's cool about them is, you know, a lot of the art supplies that we work with are smaller and more shallow. And so like little jars and stuff like this can fit easily in these drawers without having to be stacked up. Another tip I have is to get little pouches and put them in the drawers. The Ranger designers have all these little bags with their artwork on them, which I think is super cool. So in them, I have all different stuff that relates to that drawer, and that way that stuff doesn't get lost or things like that. And I think they're like $5, which is super nice for a little bin like this or a little bag like this. I love it. This one's Wendy's, super cute. And then this one is Brusho and Altenew watercolors, different watercolors, and then powders as well. So I have my Perfect Pearl powders and my Color Burst powders. Or I think those are the Tonic bursts. I'm not sure what those are called. Mini ink, right? So mini ink drawer. Nice little rainbow. I have these all linked down below as well. I do not have a bag yet. Wink, 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 wink. We'll see. But I don't have one yet. So I have these all in these tins. These are the Ranger tins for the mini inks, and I've ripped all the lids off of them so that I can put them all in here. And the really awesome part is they all have little like channels and canals, so they fit all the little inks in there as well. So all of the ink pads are right in here. All the mini inks you could ever want, right? And then we have Gina's little amalgam ink, which I love it. And then I have extra foams. And here, I think this one's Dina's. Yep, this is beautiful, right? Look at that. And this one has some extra blending brushes from Tim's Distress line and also blending foams and things like that. Usually there's some blending tools, but I think I have those in another drawer. So let me turn around the camera for just 1 second. I just wanted to say one thing about my drawers before we keep going. One of the things that I do with the drawers, and I make sure that instead of just storing items that would go together, I store items by like how I would need them to get out a project. So a lot of my alcohol ink stuff, I have all of the alcohol inks and tools in the exact same drawer. So you can pull all this stuff out at once and use it all for a project. Oh my God, I love that somebody just said that. My drawers, yes, they're organized, but they're not perfect. So it's a working craft room, right? And that's what's, so cool about it is your drawers need to, I don't know, I work best with organization, but not too much organization, right? So here I have some projects, some alcohol ink cardstocks. Oh my gosh, guys, this stuff and the glitter sparkle are so good. The black and the glitter sparkle are my favorites. Of course, lots of Yupo and stuff in there. I have all of the tools for alcohol inks, some of the new alcohol ink colors, and an alcohol ink tin in here, which I need more of these to store all of these in. But here's a drawer just full of everything alcohol inks. And the new alcohol ink blower and stuff like that is up there. So that'll be added up to here as well. Okay, so this drawer is full of pastes and different mediums. This is the Nuvo Mousse. I haven't used this stuff in a long time. Sometimes I think if I haven't used stuff in like 2 years, I think it's time to donate it or something. But there's the Nuvo Mousse. There's some glitter gels. I'm not even sure what's all in here. Metallics gels. And then a lot of these ones with the black lids, I have them all labeled so I can know exactly. So lots of Rangers pastes as well. And some ThermoWeb stencil pals. I love those things. And then this one is Diane's beautiful bag. I love it. They all make such cool art on these. And then palette knives and brushes and stuff. And these should be in there as well. Not yet. Those are all new products. So the blower for the ink and stuff like that are all new and will be released soon. And there's a bunch of little mini ones back there that I can get to if I need. And then this bottom drawer is definitely a secret. Good thing I didn't open that. A lot of my product samples and stuff are in there for the future. So really good thing I didn't open that. Okay, so this is all of my soluble crayons. These are the Dina Wakley scribble sticks, right? That would have been bad. Jess knows what I'm talking about. So scribble sticks here. And then we have 2 more packs. Dina's scribble sticks are super cool. I gotta do a video on these. I just did a video on the distressed crayons. Rainbow Heaven right here, right? Super awesome. I love how those are stored. And then yeah, I've got to do another one with these because these are super cool too, and they're very different. Yeah, oh my gosh, Jess, when I just cleaned my craft room, I had to hide all of my product samples and stuff. Here's all of my stitching and felt. This is probably something that you know, I don't use as often. I'll probably use this on other projects, but I don't use it as much for crafting as I thought I was going to. And then felt and stuff like that. I do love felt to give a cool texture, but the flocking sheets from Thermoweb have been super cool for that as well. These are all of my sequins and twine. I don't find that I use this drawer too much. Sometimes I reach for the clear sequins. This is a bead tray. It is super nice, and I use this super often. It's just got all of these little containers, so it's really easy to store all of your sequins and things like that. So I love that container. And then lights and things like that for cards as well. This is the foil press. Oh yeah, definitely just flocking. Hopefully it didn't sound like anything too bad. So this is the foil press. I don't even think I've touched this yet. If you guys want a video on this, let me know. I think I need more dies for it because I don't know if I need specific dies or stuff. Yeah, Crafter's Companion sent this over, which is super cool of them. I just never had time to look into it and work with it. So yeah, I'll probably do a video on that soon. And then of course, oh, I haven't done anything with it yet, so I can't really say. I think I might have tested it out when I first got it, and I might have been having a hard time with it, so I'm not sure. Here's my Royal Sovereign laminator. Lots of different deco foils. I love Thermoweb, as you can tell. They've been super sweet as well. With me and Rena and our videos and stuff like that, they've been super awesome. So lots of different stamps and stuff, and some cool foils from Burtis Monroe and Gina K in here. Again, guys, it's a working craft room, right? Gina K's foils are back here, and then there's some flocking sheets as well. Usually when I pull anything out of this drawer, I'm getting everything out, so I just like to kind of pack it in here. It's on your wait list for the foil press. Okay, yeah, I'll check that out for sure. If it's something that I love, I'll do a video on it. If it's something that I don't love, you probably won't see a video. Okay, because I only like to show things that I absolutely love. So I'll test it out and see what I think. This is my scrap drawer. I just keep all of my scraps in here. There's also Pantone colors for some reason. I think those are colors of my inks that I chose. No, never mind. Some of them aren't. But some of them are. Like, I think this one might be Bee Sting and cool stuff like that. But that one's not a color. A lot of them, if you guys don't know, we actually pull all of our colors from Pantone swatches before all companies do. It's what we all use for designing things and stuff like that. So a lot of those are rejects. But some of them made the final cut, which is cool. We go through a lot before we get to the final color. You see your backing cards? Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah, I put them all in here because I didn't want to get rid of them. So all the backing cards are in there. Love you, Rubina. She has an awesome company called The Gray Muse, and so she gave me a lot of pins, which is super awesome. And then here are all of these excess tools that I didn't know really what to do with, but in case if I need an extra or like just regular tools, like there's brayers and stuff in here. There's a craft scrubby, just all random stuff that I didn't know what to do with. There's a lot of misters and stuff. So if I need an extra one, I come to this drawer. These are my adhesives. So this drawer is really awesome. This scrapbook.com large roll is super cool. Yeah, I use that every once in a while, the diamond magnet. Of course, some Gina K tape runners, some Tonic tape runners. Thermoweb's tape runners have been my favorite. Lots of cool stuff in here. Press and seal and all different types of adhesives. So if I need an adhesive refill or stuff like that, I go to that drawer. Yep, there's re-inkers for my pads available. These are all of my ink sprays. So these are all whoa, that is a mouthful. Distress spray stains and distress oxide sprays are in here as well as resist spray and stuff like that. So these are all Tim's sprays. I got to do a video on those too. Those are super cool. And then this is, oh, this is all, okay. I was doing some testing, so everybody just pretend like you didn't see any of that. It didn't even work out anyway, so whatever. I was seeing if you could use makeup on cards, but it didn't really work the way that I wanted it to, so that's just a drawer of crud now. But Here are all of the distress paints. I spent a whole day labeling the tops. All I do is just messily paint onto the top of the lids, and then you get all these awesome color swatches as well. So then you can see all the colors, and it's messy, but it's my way of doing it. I think I ruined a couple of shirts that day. Yeah, definitely. And then in here I have like craft mats and stuff like that. Different mats and surfaces that I can work on. I store them in the little areas and cubbies like this because it's a great space for that. Hopefully you're not saying good idea to the makeup because it didn't work out. Don't try using makeup on your cards. Yeah, and then inside of here is an absolute mess. I'm debating whether I should even show you guys this. I have to reorganize this whole thing. Up there is all of my products. So we have, okay, good, Diane, good. Here's all of my stuff. So excess ink pads and stuff like that. We get a couple of each product when it's released. So I put them all up there for giveaways or for classes and stuff like that. And then, yeah, just kind of a mess, to be honest. But I have to go through all of this stuff. And this is a lot of other companies' stamps. I went through it already. There's AirPods. It actually just has stickers in it. So, yep. Yes, Jess, you are so smart. They do pull out. In fact, this might be stopping it right now because there's something down there. But yes, these drawers pull out all the way, which I really love. So you're able to get to the back of the drawer and go through your stamps and stuff. That's why I originally loved it, because you can see the tops of everything. So I use this for bigger things like clear stamps and stuff, so you can easily flip through all of your collection. And of course, as you guys can tell, I've really narrowed down and limited down my collection to some of my favorite companies. So Gina K and Hero Arts and all of those are, of course, still in here. But I've gone through all this stuff, and so I think I'm going to do a destash soon on my website. So I've got like 12 boxes packed full of like $400 of supplies each, or like $300 of supplies. So I'll be selling those soon. So keep your eye on the lookout, and I'll share when those are going for sale. But yep, lots of awesome stuff in here. Some stuff that I didn't use yet, still need to get into a video. And then there's lots of cards down here. So yeah, I need to go through all this stuff, right? Oh, everybody's been asking, is this IKEA? No, this is not an IKEA. This is from Menards. It's the same brand of unit that is my desk. So that island desk is the same thing. It's called Clearview. It's K-L-E. It's spelled so weird. It's spelled like an IKEA way. Like view is V-U-E. So just check on Menards. All right. There's the Brother Scan and Cut. That thing doesn't work. Don't buy one. I hate to do that on video, but I got it and a week later it broke. And there's no way the company would let me contact them, so yeah. That's a story for another day, right? These are all tiles. And the cool part about this is if you take card photos, let me show you guys. So I stored these back here. And let me put one down onto the surface of here. So the cool part about this is the tiles are a little bit heavy. However, they all have different patterns and stuff on top, and they're nice and cheap. They're like $5 each or something like that, which is really awesome because there's a lot of boards online for photography and stuff that are way too expensive. So I use these to take card photos, and there's lots of different patterns and different textures you can do your card photos on. So this is a good idea. Go to your local hardware store. I had a ball picking out some tiles. When we redid my craft room, we went to the Menards a lot. So that's where I found. Yep, most photo boards are like $30 or $40 or $50. So you could either get this or like laminate pieces of wood. Lots of different ideas for photo boards at the Home Depot or Menards, which is awesome. Okay, guys, so that is pretty much all you're going to see for today. I'm not going to show too much more. There is another little wall of square units in my craft room. However, those are a complete and absolute mess. And also, those have all my product samples on them. So you guys are not going to get a look into those. However, more stuff is coming out so soon this year. I know that the January release still hasn't hit stores yet. I'll let you guys know. It should be hitting stores in the next couple days. Ranger ships them to all the distributors so they can sell first. So you'll see it on scrapbook.com very soon, and I'll let you guys know when it's available, because I know you guys have been waiting for the 6 new ink colors and the rest of the releases, and we're going fast this year. So I'm really excited about all the different releases that are coming soon. The scan and cut, it just doesn't work for me. It broke after the first couple uses, and it wasn't my thing. It wasn't my fault. The cutting thing would no longer load into the machine, and I'm sure it was a problem they're having. I just didn't know how to even contact them. So not too great, but maybe if they see this video, they'll help me out. So yeah, awesome guys. Thank you so much for stopping tonight for the live stream. Be sure to share this with your friends and give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe as well. If you never want to miss other crafting videos and tutorials like this one. I'll see you guys very soon for another card making video. Thanks so much for joining tonight. I'll see you guys very soon. I'm just reading some comments before I go. Have a great night, guys. Bye.